This week in Chapter 2, the textbook actually shows us how to create a new class. And I want to talk about class for just a minute. A class in Java is like a container, like a file, for a bunch of different things like variables and methods. This one that we've been working with up until now is called class activity.java. Notice right here you have a public class activity. Don't worry about this for now. Inside of a class, you're going to have certain things like variables. We can store a piece of information. For example, here's a variable for our button. And then you can also have methods. This example shows you how to update question, okay? And when you call this method, it will actually do these things. The chapter tells us to create a new class called question. Public class question. Notice once again the question.java. The name of the class is called question. Inside this, we're going to have two different variables. This one here is going to take and store an ID number of our question, and this one is going to take and store whether it's true and false. This will actually hold one question, but we're going to later on make an array of this. That's coming. Whenever you have a class, you like to make a constructor. And what a constructor does is it creates a new instance of this question. This constructor actually receives two parameters. The first one is this ID number. It's an integer value. And that's ID of the question string. And then the second part is a Boolean, which is either true or false. We're going to call that answer true. Inside our constructor, it takes these two values that we send it right here, and it actually stores them in our private variables here. Then we also have a couple of gets and sets. Gets and sets actually give us the ability to get information out of these and put information in these, and we're going to be using that throughout our program. If we go back to our quiz activity here, I want to show you how to just make up here. Notice we have private buttons. We're going to make a private question like that. And our private question, we're going to say my question. We're going to call it my question is equal to a new, it's a little bit different than your buttons up there, isn't it? Is equal to a new question. And here we're going to use our constructor because we're going to give it some information. I'm going to say question number 1. And oh, by the way, the answer to this one's going to be true, like that. There, I just created an instance of my class. That's the cool thing about it. Once again, once you create them, you can use them. But the only thing is, for my program here, I'm going to get rid of this. My program here, I want to create what they call an array of questions. An array of questions is like a container for a whole bunch of questions. In this case, right here, I'm creating a private question array. See these little square brackets? Let's call that array. Private question array, and I'm going to call it M question bank. And that's equal to a new question array and a curly brace, and I'm going to say, okay, I want to insert immediately into this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different questions. The first one's going to have this r.string question underscore oceans. What that does is that returns a number that's associated with that string, the question string that we created in our strings.xml. And then comma, whether it's true or false. Same thing for the second one. It's going to put a number in here associated with the question underscore Mideast, and that answer is going to be, did I say true? This is true. This is false. False, false, true, false. So I'm creating, in this case, 5 different instances of question, and I can reach them all using this M question bank and a square bracket and then the index of this This is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.